Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be the smear campaign and its ramifications. Think about that for a minute. If you like the content, please subscribe. So if you experienced a smear campaign, you know exactly what I'm about to tell you and to mention. For those of you who don't know what a smear campaign, it is when one individual completely paints the other individual black in a negative light, that the other individual has not done anything beneficial, contributed, done their part, been a good person, been a loving person, been a great partner, a great worker, a great business. Basically, it's the word smear, and it is a campaign to ruin someone's image to people who do or do not know the individual being smeared. I hope that was clear. The point is, a smear campaign is disgusting, it's deceitful, it's full of lies, and what it does is it actually projects the person who is making the smear campaign, which in this case is the narcissist. It projects all of their ill will and their bad attributes and all the things that they have done onto the other person who is unsuspecting, the recipient of the smear campaign, most likely a ex-spouse, ex-lover, friend, business associate, neighbor, whomever. But if you are being smeared or have experienced the smear campaign, you can resonate with this message, meaning you understand that this is a disgusting thing to have to go through. It's one of the worst things that you will go through, especially if you live in a smaller town and or especially if you've built up relationships over the years that you counted on and that you had these people's backs and they had your backs. And then lo and behold, the narcissist, what did they do? That's right, they plotted against you. Not only when the relationship ended, but believe me, they were planting seeds all throughout your relationship. In whatever capacity you were with relationship where you were with the narcissist, they were already smearing you behind your back. Believe me when I say that. You may believe it's hard to understand. How could somebody do that? Why would they do it? It's all for the end game. It's all for the culmination of the relationship. You see, when the narcissist met you, remember, they love bombed you, they wore the mask, they duped you, tricked you, trapped you, did all the things, ensnared you in their web of lies, destruction, and deceit. And you thought you were with a healthy individual or a healthy boss or coworker, whomever, neighbor. But it turns out that they did not have your back from the beginning. They were picking your brain, testing you, and trying to figure out what your weaknesses are or where you're vulnerable. And with these things, they began a smear campaign. They did. They started dropping insidious things to maybe your family members, like so-and-so's not doing too well. They're really not looking that well, or they blew up the other day. What's going on with them? I'm not sure if they're stable. I believe they should go to therapy. Things like that. They will drop things that you have no idea about. And this will happen all throughout the relationship, not always, but many times, until finally the discard happens. And when that happens, they have all of their ducks in a row with all of the surrounding members, the cast of characters, if you will, the flying monkeys to be. All these people will already have been given breadcrumbs of this smear campaign, and now this is the final straw. This is the culmination of the relationship when you are discarded. And then boom, everything falls into place. The masterpiece has been created by the narcissist. The uneventful, crushing, damaging, destroying, manipulating thing called the discard. What this means is you are now on an island. You are isolated all by yourself because all these people that you thought you could count on, they now see you in a completely different light. Why? Because of the smear campaign, which has been running against you for a long period of time. All the narcissist was doing was waiting to actually just light that match. And the fuse was set, and boom, there it goes. Your whole world crumbles in a matter of moments. The people that you thought you could count on to be there for you and to support you or grab that cup of coffee, they disappear. All of a sudden, they don't want to hear any side of your story. They don't want to be involved. They'd rather not get involved. They'd rather just stay on the sidelines and let you two figure it out, which is you and the narcissist. Why are they doing this? What happened to the 10, 20-year relationship you built with these people, maybe even longer? It's the smear campaign. You see, you and a healthier individual, someone that would never even consider something as disgusting and vile as a smear campaign, were unaware that this even existed. It's just one of the things that the narcissist pulls out of their bag of tricks to destroy people. And this is a very difficult thing to experience. It's one of the most difficult things to have to go through, especially if the narcissistic relationship ended by you being discarded. Why? I'll tell you why. Because when you are discarded, you will go through some of the darkest days and nights of your entire life, most likely alone, trying to get help, trying to get reassurance, trying to have somebody understand that exactly what you went through. but you won't find it most likely. Why? Because most of the people you're speaking with, if not all of them, have never experienced narcissistic abuse and they don't have the education. So that leaves you reeling again. Your head is spinning, you're in the fog, you're confused, you're bewildered, you don't know what to do. And lo and behold, there goes your whole support system. The whole cast of characters that you had built up, the in-laws, the neighbors, the family friends, the in-laws, everybody, they're gone. And you may say, well, Andrew, if the relationship ended like that, like certainly there'll be some people on your side. Yes, there will be some people on your side, absolutely. Most likely your close family members or some trusted loved ones that you have, or maybe some friends from the past. However, most will have sided with the narcissist. All the narcissist was doing was waiting to light that fuse and blow up your relationship. And that's probably what they're doing right now, wherever they are on the planet with somebody new. Having said all these things, the smear campaign is really difficult to process because you can't wrap your head around A, that you were with a narcissist, B, that narcissism exists, C, that someone you were in a relationship never loved you or cared about you. They lied and manipulated you, stole your money, ruined your trust, crushed your dreams, and left you as a shell of yourself. All the while they did that, they just disappeared into the night onto a new supply. And you're thinking, how can someone do this? Why? Like, what is this? And then when you need the most help, which is right after the discard or after the relationship ends, all these people are gone. They've vanished because you've been set up, you've been had, you've been crushed. And I understand this is really hard to process. And if you're going through this right now, I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm letting you know I understand firsthand experience. But as time goes by and as you get the education, you become awakened, you become understanding that narcissism does exist, and you process how you fell into that relationship, why you stayed in it so long, how much you contributed, and why you didn't want to quit, and why you continue to fight for the relationship or the job or the friendship. When you process all these things and you understand, okay, and you're healing, by the way, and you're healed, and you're like, okay, I get it now, I understand. It was a insidiously disgusting thing that happened. I find it difficult that it happened, but I'm practicing radical acceptance. I'm staying stoic. I'm being honest and authentic with myself, and I'm understanding that yes, in fact, it did happen. When you get to that place, the flying monkeys will have been dissolved. The people around you that you had friendships with, most of them will have disappeared for your benefit, meaning you blocked them, went no contact, or they took the narcissist side. One of the two reasons. That's how it always happens. But having said that, there will be times when you walk down the street and you will run into somebody who used to be a good friend of yours, or a friend for 10 years, let's say, and you will walk right by them and they will walk right by you. And the whole time you will know exactly what happened in the relationship with the narcissist. But remember, this person is part of the smear campaign. They believed the narcissist. They didn't even want to hear your side. But you'll walk past that person and you'll say nothing because you implement gray rock, or you want nothing to do with any acquaintance with the narcissist. And in the back of your mind, whereas in the past you were really disillusioned, you were in shock that this person wouldn't even talk to you, now you say to yourself, I know exactly what happened. And my guess is, if you don't know by now, you will eventually. And you may say, well, Andrew, why would you even say that? Why would this person that was a friend of yours that you're no longer talking to because they're tied in with the narcissist, why would they know about the narcissist? Or why would you think that they would know? I'll tell you why. One reason is because a lot of time most likely has gone by. And did you defend yourself? Did you stand up and scream from the mountaintops what was going on? Most likely you didn't. You remained stoic and you worked on yourself and you built yourself back up and you did the inner work and the healing and the processing, and now you're galvanized and you're stronger than ever. That's reason number one. But number two is, most likely, let me take that back, possibly, this person has definitely, they've been on the narcissist side, and maybe they're seeing some cracks in the armor. In other words, let's say this, for hypothetically for this video, that the narcissist had a first marriage and it blew up, and you were marriage number 2 and it blew up. And let's say right now the narcissist is about to get married to person number 3, or they're in a serious relationship, but it's not quite working out. What is the common denominator there? That's right. It's not you. It's not spouse number 1. It's not spouse number 3 or potential partner, new supply, whatever you want to call them. It's the narcissist. And you see, the older the narcissist gets, and the more people watch and observe the relationships that they have and blow up and crush, there's one common denominator, and it's certainly not you. It's the narcissist. So why I'm saying that is because in time, not always, believe me, many times this doesn't happen, but from my for my intuition and my instincts and my situation, let's say, some of these people that took the narcissist side now are beginning to see something a little bit different. And my hope is it happens with you. It doesn't mean the relationship will be resolved. It doesn't mean that the friendship will be rekindled. Those days are long over. Once the relationship had been dissolved because people took the narcissist side, that's what they chose. The line's been drawn in the sand. There's no turning back now. Yes, I do believe in second chances. I'm a huge believer in second chances. But when it comes to the narcissist or any flying monkeys or people the narcissist surrounds themselves with, no, absolutely not. Second chances, are you kidding me? Absolutely not. No way. So that's why I mentioned that if you've gone through the smear campaign, you know what I'm talking about. It can really isolate you. It can really damage you. But once you do the healing, once you do the inner work and have healed and or are healing, and you hold your head high and remain stoic and take the high road and do the right thing for yourself, and you put your energy on yourself, and you stop thinking about the narcissist, how much revenge you want to get on them, how you want to smear them, how you want to blow up their relationship, how you want to do all these dastardly things. Pay attention here, guys. You're not built that way. That's not your nature. You're a kind, loving, beautiful individual. You don't do things like that. Yes, at times they may have crossed your mind, certainly. Why? Because you're a human being. And in the Bible or the old days, whatever you want to call it, there was an expression called an eye for an eye. I get it. Payback. But no, we don't do that. We take the high road. And we let the chips fall where they may. And we understand that we did the right thing. So when we go to bed each and every night, we can put our head on the pillow and say, yes, I contributed today. And yes, I did the right thing. And certainly I took the high road. And yes, I endured some of the most difficult times in my entire life, including the smear campaign. And maybe some of you are still experiencing it, such as myself. It's not fun. But what it does is it makes you so resilient, and it makes you focus on yourself so much more. It makes you empowered. It sincerely does. In time, in your time. This is a fact. What I will explain before I close the video out is everyone is on the path. We're all just taking different footsteps headed in the same direction. So you may not be where I am right now. Maybe you're way ahead of me, light years ahead of me. And if you are, God bless you. But my hope is that you control yourself. You always do the right thing. We don't go down in the mud with the narcissist. We don't play their games. We don't do any of the nonsense that they do. Yes, they did win for a period of time. They did manipulate us. They did crush us. Most likely broke our hearts or stole our money or destroyed our dreams. I understand that. I sincerely do. But once you do the inner work, you heal and you understand that this relationship, it's not worth it. It's over with. It's done. And you put your energy and your time and your effort and love and empathy into yourself. That's when you will grow. That's when you will glow. That's when you become awakened. And that's when you take the high road and say, yes, I understand. It was not a good experience. No longer do I think of the good times. Certainly no longer do I think of the bad times. I've moved forward. The chapter's closed. And for any flying monkeys or people that were part of the smear campaign that contributed to, let's say, the demise of you during the post-narcissistic relationship, shame on you. But you were duped also. You didn't know what was going on. And my hope is if you're watching this video right now or in the future, understand that what you were told, not only in my situation and or in anyone's relationship watching this video, it wasn't the truth. You were naive. You were duped, just like the narcissist duped everybody else. So the next time you believe in thinking about taking someone's side before getting all the facts, make sure you do your homework before you have an opinion. It's so easy to jump ship when someone's telling you that someone did A, B, and C and just take their side. Oh my gosh, that's such a bad person, such a horrible person. But do you have evidence? You don't. You're just taking someone's side because maybe you've been a friend of them, or maybe you're a flying monkey and you don't even know it. So my hope is you actually pray that this never happens to you. I really hope it doesn't, and I hope it doesn't happen to anybody else on the planet. But I'm suggesting we all make mistakes. Now we take the high road, we move forward, and continue to grow. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay blessed. Stay on the path. Continue to be strong. Become educated, awakened, and aware. I love you more than you'll ever know. And if you did experience the smear campaign, my heart goes out to you, sincerely. If you are experiencing it, you will get through it. With diligence, insight, perseverance, and resilience, you will get through it. God bless you. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.